Hi and welcome everyone to today's presentation of Semcon. My name is Stefan Knutsson. I'm an equity analyst covering the company here at ABG. And with me today I have the CEO of Semcon, Marcus Granlund. Welcome, Marcus.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Yes, it's great to have the opportunity now to present Semcon to you. And we go to the next slide, please. As you all know, we are the partner in advanced product development and production optimization and digital product information aftermarket solutions. And right now we are in a really interesting time with all the mega trends ongoing. If you go to the next slide, please. So just a reminder what Semcon is. We're an international technology company with more than 2,000 dedicated employees. We have group revenue last year of 1.7 billion SEK, and we have more than 40 years of experience. We were founded in 1980 in Sweden. We're listed on the Nasdaq Stockholm since 1997, and we have two business areas, engineering and digital services and product information, that I will go a bit deeper into in a few minutes. If we go to the next slide, please. So our philosophy is that we put people first, and as far as we are concerned, technology has no purpose of its own. It's the value it adds to people on our planet that is most important. And by uniting physical and digital solutions, we create user experiences that matter. This is how we make a difference, and that's how we do and provide our services in product development, production optimization, and also with regard to product information, the digital aftermarket solutions that we provide. If we go to the next slide, please. So as I mentioned, the mega trends are really with us. We do see an increased interest in sustainability in society in total, and also among our customers, of course. And digitalization is a fantastic tool to reach these sustainability targets that everyone now are setting with very ambitious targets. And we're working with our customers to create the roadmap to a fossil-free society and help them with new solutions within product development and production optimization, especially, but also within digital aftermarket solutions to make sure that they can reach their targets, so we can benefit all from that journey. We go to the next slide, please. So we are present in 7 countries: Sweden, Norway, the UK, Brazil, and Germany. And as you can see, we are very strong in the Nordics, and that's where we have most of our sales today. And we, as I mentioned, we have 2 business areas, engineering and digital services, being more focused on the Nordics, and then we have product information that is more of an international business area. Going to the next slide, please. So we are active in many industries, and that's really what is a large value add in our services, being able to go through different services with a lot of industry verticals, being historically quite large within automotive, but that has now reduced over the past few years when we have accelerated into other industries where we've seen an increased interest for our services, for example, the other manufacturing industries, and also life science and the telecom industry. And also now with even more sustainability focus, we also see a larger interest from the energy sector. So the broad industry presence really provides stability in our services and in our company, and increases the value added by knowledge sharing. So we go to the next slide, please. If we look back just 5 years to see what we have achieved so far, we have improved our offering. We have changed the competence a bit in the company. We are now higher up in the value chain compared to where we were a few years ago. We also, as I just mentioned, have a broader industry mix, and we work with a large range of industries now, and many customers, having less dependency on one single industry or a few industries, but rather working broadly with many industries that need our competence. And we have long-term business, larger proportion of solution-based deliveries and functional sourcing that we work together with our customers. We have increased the profitability quite a bit over the past few years, where we have more than doubled the EBIT margin to 10.9% now, and a strong financial position has really made the foundation to achieve the acquisitions that I will come back to in a few minutes, where we have really changed the way of working at Semcon and accelerated our transformation towards digital solutions and sustainability focus. And we have, over the past 5 years, gone from net debt to net cash of more than 200 million in the company. And our financial objectives is, of course, to continue with profitable growth and maintaining a solid financial position going forward. So if we go to the next slide, please. So the financial objectives that were set by the board of directors last year is to have a total annual revenue growth of at least 10%, also an operating margin of EBITDA of at least 10%. And we are in line with these targets. We have dividend policy of paying dividend of approximately 50% of profit after tax over time, and also maintain a financial solid position where we have net debt over EBITDA ratio should not exceed approximately 1.5 times. Going to the next slide, please. So as I mentioned, I've been in these presentations talking about the importance of accelerating our transformation through acquisitions and also increasing our growth. And we've really done that. So in less than 12 months, we've completed 4 acquisitions of fantastic companies, starting with Squeed, which is accelerating our digital journey with digital solutions into new industries as well, such as retail and finance. We have also acquired Tedsys, which is a very strong footprint in the south of Sweden with their base in Malmö, with developers also towards the software side, and also adding more industries to our customer portfolio. At the end of last year, we finalized the acquisition of Walkgrove, which also really underlines our transformation towards the learning segment within digital solutions, where we, through the pandemic, saw an increased interest in learning, which is part of the product information offering that we have at Semcon, and where there is less classroom training now, and of course more digital training going on for the employees in companies around the world, and we can provide the best solutions for that. So with this, we've also increased our footprint in the UK with Walkgrove. And now during the start of the year, we also acquired Goodpoint, which is a leading company within sustainability, a consultancy company that really complements us when it comes to product development, production optimization, and sustainable solutions. So they are experts in sustainability solutions and help us really help our customers to create that roadmap that I talked about in the beginning to reach those sustainability target for a fossil-free world as soon as possible. If we go to the next slide, please. So looking into the figures of Semcon for the first quarter, as you've read, we have a very good start to the year with total sales growth of 18.2%, an organic growth of 4.4%, and an adjusted operating margin of 13.2%. And we're saying adjusted operating margin due to the fact that we are in a process now of separating out and spinning off the business area product information, where we're creating its own company and a possible listing, and I'll come back to that at the end of the year. And therefore, we're taking some costs for that as well. So the adjusted operating margin for the first quarter was 13.2%. So a really increased profitability and also a good sales growth for the first quarter. Going to the next slide, please. As I mentioned, the importance of a solid net cash position is really the foundation to make additional acquisitions, and we have been able to find really good companies that complements us in the offerings, and we continue to deliver on that. We do see that prices are going up or have been going up when it comes to the companies that we're looking at. So we are careful in looking at the companies and making sure that we make the right acquisitions to create maximum shareholder value. But as I mentioned, the net cash now is at the end of March 235 million. So we have a significant scope for further growth and a really good financial position in the company. I'll go into the next slide, please. So looking into the business areas, starting with product information. If we look at the market trends, the digital transformation is really accelerating. I think that everyone can see that. And that is, of course, in the products that are now put in the market. They are very, very digitalized, and we do see that there is a higher strategic focus on the after-sales solutions for our customers, not the least when we do see a bit of a downturn in the market. For some customers, they focus even more on the after-sales solutions, and that's where we are very, very strong within this business area, and one of the leading companies in this area, actually. We do also see an increased product complexity, and the more complex the products are, the better it is for us, because that means that we need to create even more product information for those products when it comes to owner's information, also repair and maintenance information, and so forth. Going to the next slide, please. So our offering meeting those trends and our why we exist in this market is really that we create this user and operator information, the diagnostics and service repair information, parts and accessories information, digital learning solutions, as I mentioned when it came to the acquisition Walkgrove that we made in the UK, where we're also the largest one in the Nordic market within this segment. And we also provide systems and tools to really support our customers here, and where we provide services also when it comes to strategic support and operational excellence to help our customers in this journey when it comes to product information. That is really running for a long time, these projects, and are outsourced projects to the most part to us from our customers. So we make complex products and systems easy to operate and maintain. Going to the next slide, please. So how do we operate? Well, we have the functional sourcing and solution-based deliveries that account for more than 75% of the sales, and that's the way we work in this segment, really. We also work with multi-site deliveries, and that means that we put the work where it really belongs within our organization. So we have an international presence, for example, with a skill center in Budapest, where we have a lot of technical writers for the product information. We also have a team, very skilled team, creating these digital systems and tools and the information architecture and production systems that we use, and also the distribution systems that are used for our customers. So that's how we get efficiency in this business area. Going to the next slide, please. So just to mention a project here, we have a new cooperation with high-speed trains manufacturer Talgo. So new agreement with this global train manufacturer, which really is about more efficient maintenance that ensures an increase in train availability, quality, and safety. And also, as you know, from a sustainability perspective, the railway industry is very, very interesting, and there are a lot of investments taking into this. We also released today a new project with Volvo Cars, where we have up to 30 of our colleagues going to work with Volvo Cars on a new release of an electric vehicle, and all the information provided in relation to that when it comes to maintenance and so forth. So going to the next slide, please. Looking into the financial development here in the first quarter, so total sales growth of 7.7%, and a operating margin still on high levels, of course, of 16.2%. So we do see a high demand for digital aftermarket solutions. Going to the next slide, please. If we look into the next business area, engineering and digital services, we have market trends here, where we see increasing investments in new technology. Speed to market is record high, and the digital transformation is accelerating. And there is a higher sense of urgency related to sustainability matters, as I mentioned before. Going to the next slide, please. So here we provide strategic design and innovation, advanced engineering, production, optimization, and digital services, and also advisory services and project and quality management related to these services. So this is really the powerhouse of product development and production optimization. Next slide, please. So here we have a really good news with Thule, working with product development together with this fantastic Swedish customer and where we have now initiated cooperation to create even more fantastic products together with Thule, and really looking forward to a long-term relationship together with them. And we're working with cross-functional teams here in these projects. Going to the next slide, please. So looking into the financial development of this business area, we have a really good sales growth here of 25.1% in the first quarter, organic growth 6.6%, which is quite good as well. And the operating margin up from 10% last year up to 13.4% for the first quarter this year. So we really see the strong demand and also the efficiency measures that we've taken in the business area now paying off. Going to the next slide, please. And last but not least, as I mentioned in the beginning, we are in the process now, as the board of directors have decided, to spin off the product information business area. We are in a separation project now to separating the two business areas to make two standalone companies, and that is on track. And the crucial parts such as separating IT and finance functions should be in place now at the end of the second quarter. And there is ongoing preparations for a possible public listing right now. And the aim is, of course, to have a public listing in Q4. And we also, of course, need to consider the circumstances around the world to make sure that we do this with the right timing. But the ambition is still to have a public listing in Q4 2022. Next slide, please. Okay, and that really summarizes what we do. We provide product development, production optimization, and after-market digital solutions with a people first and then technology perspective. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Marcus, for the presentation. I would like to take a macro perspective first. We've seen the war in Ukraine and the catastrophic effect that it causes for everyone involved. But a secondary effect is that it has also created some tension on the European economy and the world economy with rising inflation rates, and that needs to be controlled via rising interest rates. How has this affected your business, or has it affected your business in any way this far?
As we have commented in the Q1 report, we do, of course, see the horrific scenes in Ukraine with the Russian invasion there. And we have been monitoring together with our customers, of course, to see if this would have any effect on us. So far, we haven't seen that. We have no operations in either Russia or Ukraine. There could be that we have indirect effects, of course, due to the sanctions and so forth, and delivery problems. But really, we are in the R&D organizations of our customers, and the products and production solutions and aftermarket solutions that we work with are a few years away to launching those products. So right now, what we do see is a high priority for R&D activities among our customers to be able to make this transformation with increased digitalization in both products and production. And we also, as I mentioned, the mega trend of sustainability is, of course, affecting our customers as well, as they have been setting really ambitious sustainability targets. And now we're working together with them to really map out the activities that are necessary to reach those ambitious targets. And the customers reach out to us due to the fact that we are present in many industries and have a lot of customers in many countries. And I guess that we are a good company to talk to when it comes to benchmarking relating to these activities. When it comes to inflation and high interest rates, of course, we do see an increase in an increased pressure when it comes to salaries and so forth. But we are also able to, in my opinion, see that we should be able to raise the prices as well. And we've seen some effects of that in the first quarter, that we are able to raise the prices of our services. And we will continue to have a large focus on that going forward as well, to be able to set off the possible effects of higher salaries as well.
Interesting. You touched upon my second question here with the sense of urgency from the customers to do this sustainability part of their business. Which specific parts or industries have you seen have increased their urgency because of the war?
I think we do see an increased interest from the energy sector, of course, to ensure the fact that we can be independent of Russian relations when it comes to the energy sector. But we also do see an acceleration in basically all industries, not the least in the manufacturing industries that we're working together with. And we have been working with electrification for quite some time, which is also touching a lot of our customers. We are in electrification projects in many of our markets where we're present, helping our customers there. So I would say that there is an accelerated interest, not just because of the war, but also I think that the interest of sustainability has increased now when we see that we need to have a fossil-free planet as soon as possible. And I think that all the customers need to chip in, and it's becoming more and more important, a more and more important topic when they see that both their customers, their employees, their shareholders, all stakeholders are really looking at the fact that they are making this transformation according to plan to be able to be relevant both as a supplier to their customers and also a relevant employer to present and future employees.
Perfect. And have you seen any change in the recruitment market now after this event? Is it easier, harder, or status quo to find suitable employees?
I think I think everyone's experienced the lack of engineers in the markets. However, we are in many markets, and we have a lot of cooperations to make sure that we can deliver the results that our customers want. But it's of course something that I know that both we and our customers are really looking at closely to make sure that we have the right competence now, but also are able to get that in the future. I think that it's going to be a very interesting period now coming up where this lack of competence is something that is, of course, in some aspects very good for us, because our customers need to perform and carry out the projects that they have in R&D pipeline. And if they can't find the competence to recruit, of course, it's more likely that they come to us and they might outsource the whole project to us and carry out those projects through a cooperation together with Semcon, which we, of course, welcome.
Interesting. And then also I want to talk about this business that you announced this morning with Volvo Cars in product information. You mentioned that it will cover 30 people at most. Can you tell us a bit more? Will it be just a 2-year project, or how will it pan out?
Usually, when it comes to these projects, I mean, this is the project that we've won now. We have a long-standing relationship with Volvo Cars for many years, of course. So we are happy that they have selected us for this project, but and we do see that there are, of course, likely to be more projects coming up going forward. But focusing on this project, I think it's really good for us and a good quality sign for our services that we are an attractive and relevant partner for Volvo Cars when it comes to their new electric range and for this specific new electric vehicle that will be launched here in a couple of years. So it's something that we see that we have these up to 30 people working with this project, and you also see that it's a long-term project, which is often the case when it comes to the projects within this business area. As I mentioned, 75% is outsourced projects, and those are the kind of categories that we look at here. So we're very happy to be able to win this project and look forward to deliver excellent services and quality to Volvo Cars within this.
And lastly, do you think that this is enough to offset the contract you lost in UK in product information?
I think the project that we lost in or the project that we lost in the UK did not have as large effect as we thought in the beginning. So we will offset some, but there are still some uncertainties regarding that. But I'm very hopeful that we will be able to finish this year in a good way for product information, both with this new deal here with Volvo Cars, but also, as I mentioned before, there is a high demand for our services within this segment where we are really a leading company.
Very well. I would like to thank you, Marcus, for coming here and presenting with us at ABG today.
Thank you so much.